Alright, here's a question for you. How on earth does Clowney beat DeAnthony Thomas in a 10-yard dash when DeAnthony Thomas is half his size, weighs 100 pounds less than him, and should be much quicker than he is? Look, here they have overlapped the video. You can see the Clowney's in blue. He is ahead of DeAnthony Thomas at 10 yards. And he stays ahead of him all the way through 15 yards. It's not till they get about 17 yards that DeAnthony starts pulling away. How does that happen? How does a 266-pound man run a faster 15-yard dash than someone who's so much lighter and quicker? To see how this happens, you have to look at the start. All right, so here's his start. See, he gets great knee drive. He comes out. I mean, that looks great. Head down. But see, he fires that foot too early, and his foot is landing in front of or behind his hips. I mean, look how far behind him that foot's landing behind his hips. Now he starts getting going a little bit, getting those feet landing. Now, when you're going full speed, you want your feet to land right underneath you. So this is just for your start. It is not for when you're running full speed. So you've got to look at it as two different styles, two different things that you've got to learn. One is your start. The other one is running full speed. Here's how Jadeveon Clowney beats DeAnthony Thomas in the first 10 yards. His feet land in front of his hips. On the left you have Asafa Powell. And then on the right you have Asahara. He is a Japanese sprinter. And they're looking at their starts, and what you'll notice more than anything is, well, two things. The force that is produced is much greater by Asafa Powell. He's producing much greater force, and the reason why is because his foot is landing in front of his hips, whereas Asahara, his feet land behind his hips. So I have these drawn here to show where their hips are. And his feet are landing behind his hips, so he doesn't have as much weight to push off of. Also, his foot is not going to be on the ground as long, so he can't generate as much force. Now, when you're running full speed, the less time your foot is on the ground, the better. When you are starting, it's the opposite. The more time that your foot is on the ground, the more force you can generate, the better. You can see the force arrows. So here, Asahara's foot is about to come off the ground, and Asafa Powell is still gaining ground with more power. So Asafa Powell is taking larger steps with more strength, and so he has to take fewer steps. Here's his full start. You'll notice his legs aren't necessarily moving extremely fast, but his feet are landing in front of his hips.